Welcome back. We go. So we have this helicopter, and we want to bring this texture from textures.com on it. So A to select all, hit U on the keyboard and project from view for the unwrapping. Not a good method because it stretches at the behind laying parts, but for this is okay. So we have unwrap from them. Then I show you short textures.com. There you can get all textures, and there is metal, and there's aircraft panels, and there you can show seamless textures, and there is this texture that's tight able. Good. There I get all my textures, so remember them. Good. So I have downloaded them. So I take here that one and bring it to our folder, helicopter, textures, and input. So I have tried many others, but that is a good one. Good. We go back. We have here the shader editor opened. That's a shader editor, and now we want to plug in our texture there. So add texture, image texture. That we connect the color with the base color of the principal shader. Then we open up here and go in our texture folder and get this metal stuff. That is that one. Then we need here a mapping and the coordinates. Without that, the computer can't know where the texture should be. Should it be here? Should it be there? Should it be great? Should it be rotated? No, he knows it. Not. So input texture coordinates, so we can use the UV that we made. Then we add here a vector, the mapping, so where it should be. Vector mapping. So then we connect the UV with the vector of the mapping, and the vector of the mapping with the vector of the picture. Nice, so I love it. So now you see there is the texture on. I had clicked here, used nodes, and now I can handle the size with the scale of the mapping. So when I take here a 9 and there a 9, then you see it is smaller, but we need it much smaller, so we take here maybe 20 and here 20. That is much finer, and I think for a helicopter that's good. And what I mean was that is the stretch effect. When you make it from view, all what is behind from the view will be stretched. So it is only good for front parts and not for others. But we can change it every time, so don't wonder. So, but it looks much better, and we have to give them the texture itself as a roughness filter. So sometimes some parts are glossy and some not, and now it is that the metal there shines and not the other one. You can turn it around, and I think I do that. Add color and invert and bring that between the glass, the roughness. So now all should be glossy without the bumps there. That's good. So now we need there a displacement, because that should come out a little. So I take here the texture and plug them in the displacement output. You see that's much too strong. So we have to do there add vector converter mass and bring between. Then we take the method for mixing the multiplier. Then we take here a lower value of 0.003. And now we have a good one. And all is okay. Good. That looks much more interesting like it did before. Texturing is very important for realism. File save. 22. Without that, it looks like some toys or so. Yeah. And important to know is nothing in the reality is that perfect like you build it there. So the perfection of an artist is the unperfection. Bring that in your mind. Good. This hooks comes on each side over there. Okay. So the hook object set origin to geometry. But I can't control them. Why? Grabbing is possible, but where are the coordinates? Ah, here is something activated, an enemy player, and that I don't want. Okay. Then I plug them there. Yes. A little bit more forward. So it's like that. Good. We need a mirror for them later, that's for sure. And for sure here where the class is can't be the top part there. So we will look how that looks in real. It is between the classes. Okay. Between the classes. So that must be smaller or we make them smaller. Both is bad for us. I would try to make it with proportional editing scale Y and move them smaller. But then it looks mystery. Then we scale X. But that makes not better results. So Control Z, go back. Pooh, that is not good. Absolutely not. We can try to slide that. I think we get that with box selection and background selection. So and bring them simply back. Then this loop must come higher. So to round that up again. Good. Then the front should be smaller. That don't fit there correctly, so bring it there. And the front must be smaller, so proportional editing scale Y. Bring them a little bit more till there. That's a compromise you must make sometimes. But what do we do? It's just like it is. Good. Done. File, save. So we need them for sure on the other side. So we take them all three, or we can take them with us, so that all we join together, so that we can. What is that? Control Z, go back. It seems here is a modifier, yeah, a mirror modifier, so we apply them. Now it's okay. Now we can get them all. And object join. Good. Then we look from numpad control numpad 3. That's from front. Here we have the middle point. So we click here left with the mouse. So the pivot point is there. And then we must bring the origin to there. So object set origin to 3D cursor. And now we can bring them to the other side. So we take here a mirror modifier and get them to the Y direction. Then we have them on both sides. That's good. The same we have to do with this whole stuff there. That means that one, that, all this stuff. So that one's object join. So we have the, we can plug that into also. So object join. Good. So you make the same. That is control numpad 3, and we have here the middle point, and we say we want to use we want to bring the origin there. So object set origin to 3D cursor. It's there. So we can try now the mirror modifier and in the Y axis. Not. Then we must before apply that object apply rotation scale, and then we can use the mirror in the Y, and then it fits. Good. So we have the helicopter there. File, save. Every time important. Here we have the same, the class isn't on the other side. So control 3 on the numpad, click in the middle, set the origin to the 3D cursor, take here mirror modifier, and in the epsilon, not in the X. And then I have that. Good. Same we have to do with the window here. Control 3, click in the middle, object set origin to 3D cursor. We have a mirror here, but it's not active, so we have now an active one, and that is okay. Clipping is on, so we can select all and grab Y, then he clips there if we like that. Good. This one here, it is from here. Okay, so we must bring them more out. Okay, good. This class we need on the other side too. So control 3, the middle point is there, so we'll make it here. Then object set origin to 3D cursor and activate the mirror. nearly, but not really. So we have to go more outside, edit mode, and move it there. Control Z, go back without proportional. Scale Y. Not scale Y, grab Y. So that makes more sense. Then we adjust it later to perfection, and then we get it. As simple it can be. So that looks good, but we need the door in the windows there. I see that. That is not on the other side. But it looks good for the start. That is okay. Good. We have that. Yeah, that is because of the bad texture there. And we must make there others, that is for sure. And it's now the modifier from other parts that was banded on the subdivision modifier now works for all these parts. That is bad for sure. So that needs no bevel. That also. So we have again to get them. What needs no modifiers. That is that one, that, and here this whole stuff needs no one. Good. Take them. That needs no modifiers at all. That too. That too. Okay. That we will. That also. P. Separate the selection. Now there are single ones. And we can here disable the subdivision surface, and then we have a clear part there. And the word count is less. Yeah, less is relative. It's 133. That is much. Normally too much. But it is a big one. So we have to accept that. We can optimize all, that is no problem. If you want, you can check all this stuff and build it smaller. But yeah, you must not. Okay. So we have here the back side of the heli, the other side, and we see the windows missing, that missing, and the door missing. So we have the door. That's the class of the door. We have the door 2 and object joy. Then front view, control 3, and get the middle point. Click with left, object, set origin to geometry, set origin to 3D cursor. So then we take here the mirror again and on the Y. So we have it there. If it is too far away, then we must bring them together more. So that means when we bring them here, then it close up there. That needs all the thickness later and such more. We will see that all later. It's not the time to do that yet. Good. So the other windows. It's that one and the window itself. We should join that together. look from the front. The mirror point is the same, so object set origin to 3D cursor and activate the mirror. So it is on this side too. The distance I told you before, yeah, we made that. Windows from back, set origin to 3D cursor, and it is activated, but maybe in the no, there is no. So we have to bring there a mirror modifier in the Y, and that's it. Good, we have now mirrored all that we need to mirror. The helicopter is there in basic, nothing special, but nearly okay. Have to bring this part more into and onto, such like that, such like that. No modifier is a good modifier. Not in each case, but you know what I mean. So, file, save. This one should be rotate set C minus 90, and then bring it some like in front there. But look from top, that's best. Then rotate a little, such like that, and scale it a little. Then we plug it into the material. There, yeah, my mouse lags. I need a new one. That one is done its work. Yeah, so we get the same one, Shift D, and object, apply rotation scale. Then we use again a mirror, interactive, and move as long that we get the right position. That was not the right position, so we try it again. Yeah, it's funny every time, yeah. Oh, it rains, so I must close my windows. Oh, move. Yeah. Okay. Yes, we have it. But it must come a little bit out. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Helicopter with some. Nobody knows what it is, but it is there. Good. File, save. I think for today that is okay. And we see us in the next tutorial. Thanks a lot. Bye.